the only one that is not, okay, properly a Nobel Prize, because it was established a few years after, in 1968, on the occasion of the 300th anniversary of the Swedish Central Bank. And well, the only difference between this one and the other five is this one is being paid by the Swedish Central Bank. Okay, the other five are being paid by the interest produced for the difference in base rates annually. Then when Arthur Nobel died, he left us about 265 million US dollars if we will show. And today the Nobel Foundation, they have been keeping, they have been continued to take care of Nobel's money, and the money have gone up to almost 500 million US dollars. So they have been doing a very good work. That's what I wanted to say. And the 2017 the 2017 prize was worth 9 million Swedish krona, which means 1.2, 1.3 US dollar, more or less, or 1 million euros, something like that. No more than 3 people can share the same Nobel Prize, the same category. And well, now, if I ask you that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories, yes, since 1901, well, this one was added in 1968. So, from 1901 to 2017, could you tell me how many Nobel laureates we have so far? Counting on the fact that no more than 3 people can share the same Nobel Prize. Yeah, all of them are watching at us from distance, by the way, and yes, we are something like 423, counting on the 2017 Nobel Prizes, Nobel laureates. And well, you know how many women we have so far?
How many?
Women, ladies?
It's very few, like 4 or 5.
Little bit more.
50.
48.
48, 50,
ladies,
I remember.
Since Marie Curie was awarded twice, that makes 49 prizes, yeah. Now, the bad news are, if you want to see someone in particular, if you want to see your favorite one, that can take 1.5 minutes or 6.5 hours, because it's what an entire life will take.
Where do we see them? On the screen?
No, you see this installation, they are coming up one by one.
And where are they standing?
Look, you see, sorry.
Şunu kaldırsalar, onun arkasında.
See them?
Okay.
Because now the screen is covered, the Nobel laureates.
Okay.
Bunun arkasında kaldı.
Do you see them coming by one? Up there?
Arkada tek tek geliyor da biz.
Yeah, so all of them got that kind of picture, then a small motivation, a more explanation why they were awarded for, and the date when they were awarded the Nobel Prize. Yeah? Well, now, you know which woman has been the most famous one? Yeah, Marie Curie. She was awarded twice. The first time in 1903 in physics, and then along with the husband Pierre Curie. And a few years after, in 1911, she was awarded again in chemistry. That time without the husband, because the husband had passed away in 1906. And well, she became the first people to have been awarded twice Nobel Prizes, and she's still the only people to have been awarded twice in 2 different scientific categories, physics and chemistry, because we have another Nobel Prizes that have been awarded twice, but for instance, twice in medicine, twice in chemistry, and twice in physics. No other man has been able to achieve such a honor still today. So, up to 1911, the Curies counted on 3 Nobel Prizes, 2 for Marie Curie and 1 for her husband, Pierre Curie. But in 1935, the oldest daughter, Irene Curie, she was awarded the Nobel Prize in chemistry along with her husband. And in 1965, that time the youngest daughter, F. Curie, she was awarded, well, she was married, the secretary of UNICEF. And UNICEF was awarded the Nobel Prize in the Nobel Peace Prize, and she was very involved in all the work. So that counts as Nobel Prize for F. Curie. So the Curies count on 6 Nobel Prizes. It's a lot. For instance, Portugal, an entire country as Portugal, they have just 2 Nobel Prizes. Then Marie Curie, they had 6 Nobel Prizes, just that the family. So well, over there, you find here we have the information about the 2017 Nobel Prizes. Okay? As you see, the Nobel Prize for Physics, Chemistry, and Medicine, they have been awarded jointly to these three men. Yeah? And, well, how much money you will get depends on how important your contribution has been.
Mr. Franklin.
Have you?
Yeah.
Aha. What did he told you?
A lot of nice stuff about chemistry.
About chemistry.
Yeah.
Then I will say a few words about this one, okay?
We also had a meeting with him, but he can't.
Yeah, really? Well, this one is my favorite one, the Nobel Prize for Physics. Have you heard about the Albert Einstein?
Yeah.
And his theory of relativity? Well, one of them, of course, because these three men, in September 2015, they were finally able to prove it, decided to confirm Albert Einstein theory somehow, because a part of it was proved in 1994 when a Nobel Prize was awarded, was given to another Nobel laureate. Anyway, 100 years ago, Albert Einstein said that heavy bodies in our space-time, when they accelerate, they create a kind of gravitational waves. Yeah? So, 1.3 billion years ago, not yesterday, not the last year, 1.3 billion years ago, a massive collision between two black holes was produced. And as a result of that, okay, massive gravitational waves were released, you know, as a result of that collision. And these gravitational waves start traveling around the space-time, around our universe, and it took them 1.3 billion to reach Earth. And in September 2015, this gravitational wave is finally reached Earth, okay? And LIGO Observatory, they are ahead of the LIGO Observatory project. They finally, the LIGO Observatory was able to measure these gravitational waves. So they couldn't prove that Albert Einstein was partly right, but was also wrong. Why? Because Alfred Nobel said 100 years ago that we human beings, we never will able to measure these gravitational waves, because we never had that technology, and these gravitational waves, they are so weak that it makes it impossible to measure them. But he was wrong, partly, because they showed that they couldn't, it was possible to measure these gravitational waves with the right equipment, of course. Yeah? So you can interview them. I would recommend you to do it because it's a very interesting, a highly interesting Nobel Prize. If you like, you know, all the stuff with the gravitational waves, with gravity, with the theory of gravity, and yeah. So now, we were supposed to talk a little bit more about the festivities, but they are kind of busy, so I think I propose to move to this way and talk a little bit more about how the decision-making process looks like. How can you be a nominator, or how can you receive a Nobel Prize? Yeah? This way, please. These four will get the task, okay, the responsibility to award the Nobel Prize in all the six categories. When it came to the Nobel Prize for Physics and Chemistry, you wanted the Norwegian committee, the Royal Swedish Academy of Science, to award, to select the Nobel Prize in these two categories. The Economic Science Prize nowadays is also awarded by the Royal Swedish Academy of Science. When it came to the Nobel Prize for Medicine, it's the Karolinska Institute. Then the Swedish Academy is the one that got the responsibility to award the Nobel Prize for Literature. And by the way, they are working upstairs, so we are sharing our current building with the Swedish Academy, where they moved in 1914, so they are older than the Nobel Museum. And then the last one, well, these five categories, they are awarded in Stockholm. But this one is not, because Alfred Nobel wanted the Norwegian Parliament to select a committee of 5 people to award the Nobel Peace Prize. And we don't know yet today why he chose the Norwegian Parliament. We can make a lot of speculation about that, but we don't know the real reason. And now, how can one be a nominator, or how one can be nominated? If you want to propose a candidate, if you want to put forward a name, you have to be either a professor in a university connected to these 6 fields. A previous Nobel laureate is also able to put forward a name. Any current government, any current politician in any current government. So Donald Trump, for instance, he's able to put forward a name for the 2018 Nobel Peace Prize. That's scary, but that's how it is. Or you have to be a famous writer or a famous scientist for physics, chemistry, economic science, or medicine. Yeah. If you are one of them, then you get a kind of invitation that says you are welcome to propose your candidate for the 2018. Then